Gregory was a student at a school in East London back in 2004 with Citizens UK, an alliance of schools with churches, mosques, trade unions and other civil society institutions.
Good evening, London.
This is the story of two powerful forces which have in the past few years rocked the boat of the British political establishment. One hides its identity behind a mask of anonymity. The other demands recognition from politicians and corporations alike.
Say that there are no great causes left. Let them come to Citizens UK.
One takes no The other is willing to get down to the nitty-gritty details to present those in power with a long-term, viable alternative.
When we do come together, we get to know each other, we don't know each other. So we build these relationships, and then, hopefully in the future we'll be able to collaborate on whatever our common interests are.
However, they often look alike. Both began in the late 80s and early 90s, and really only took off in the new millennium. They both draw their power from the grassroots. Both strive to see the world as it should be. The UK, and London in particular, are experiencing the rise of these two joint forces. First is the netizen. The second has seen the rise of the modern organised citizen. So, what power could a potential hybrid wield? What would it mean to be an organised I.Citizen?
Oh, hi there. You caught me doing a Twitter. I.Citizens is one of the newest institutions in Citizens UK. But it's not just about putting civil society and the internet together gratuitously. It's based on the idea that much of civil society's relational power now takes place online. In fact, there's a whole generation of so-called millennials who spend most of their social and political time on the internet. So, what does the I.Citizen actually look like? And what do they do when they're together?
I think it's anyone that wants to create change in their community and in their surroundings.
It's someone that recognises there's problems around them, but also that, throughout, we're talking about London, throughout London, recognises there's other people that share these problems.
People like me that can't even afford rent.
If you come together as a collective and you hear, it strengthens, actually there's this mass amount of people dealing with this problem, it strengthens it rather than one person on their own just saying, this is my problem.
Even though you might live in completely different areas, there is this common experience.
These people really seem to fit the bill for someone who's trying to build power in their communities. However, there's just one problem.
Are you part of an institution? Which I'm not. Actually, there are people that fall within the cracks of these institutions that at the same time want to be involved and do community organising and make real change. And so, it's just a great way to get those people together, kind of form an institution amongst themselves.
And so that's what we did. We got together and formed an online institution, which is now I.Citizens.
If they don't have an institution that they can do it in. So for me, they're the people that are still really engaged and still want to create change, but they don't identify with any particular organisation. So I.Citizens could be that organisation for them.
If you talk about social media, because obviously you can set up a meeting, but people have different commitments and not necessarily going to be able to come to that meeting, but through social media, I suppose, if you have something on Facebook. So the John Lewis action, it was the living wage action, which I was interested in, but I wasn't in London at the time, I wasn't able to go to the action. But I was able to still be involved through the I.Citizens action of the thunderclap on Twitter. So a few days before, I think I signed up to that, and then the tweet just went out to show my support.
The thunderclap was a great success and had a reach of over 80,000 people. By using John Lewis's hashtag, we managed to hijack their social media operation and made our presence known to them online. But this is just the beginning. Where will I.Citizens go next? Expect us.